Rajendra Kerkar is a well-known environmentalist of Goa. He needs no introduction to Goans. Only thing, he is going to assist us in projecting this project taken up by Prakash Parienkar.
Our great mother, the lifeline of Goa. This beautiful river actually born in the lap of the Western Ghat in Karnataka, and through writing, portraying the river is a very difficult task. But through this extraordinary book, unique book, Prakash Parienkar, who is born and brought up in the lap of the Mhadei river, he has written it with deep sense of gratitude. I remember here Rajendra Thakur, the well-known Indian writer, Nobel winner. In his one of poem he says, "Ami srushtir kothi jetha tar ute dhvani, amar ganeshwari shada tar jage tokhani." I am the poet of the nature. I am the poet of this Mother Earth, and through my poems you can hear the ripples of this Mother Earth. The same, if you want to experience, then Prakash Parienkar books with 380 pages takes you to this beautiful river. This is the river which is flowing in the lush green Western Ghat. Today you know that the Western Ghat and the Eastern Himalaya, these are the two lifelines for India. India's survival is dependent upon the Eastern Himalayas and the Western Ghat. And in Western Ghat we have very few patches which are remain untouched, pristine. And when he along with his friend trekked, hiked in this region, he had never seen the footsteps of the human being. If you go there, you can see the king cobra, the largest venomous snakes of the world. You can see the footprints of the striped tiger, the animal on the verge of extinction. Sloth bears are there. And going through the river, visiting caves is not a simple task. And Prakash is a man who actually has the heart of the poet. He writes poems, he writes short stories, and if you read his short stories, these stories actually takes you to the root of the Western Ghat, how the people are living in the lap of the Western Ghat, what is their culture. And this book actually tells you about the traditional seed-based cultivation, the primitive method of agriculture which was evolved during the Neolithic stage, when the ploughing was not introduced. During that time, the people who were living in this region, they started the agriculture, and this agriculture was totally different, and nowhere in the world you can see this type of the unique system of the agriculture. Inside the river, on the flowing water, you can see the traditional seed-based cultivation. Today, this traditional seed-based cultivation became a total history because the government has constructed bunds without having any anthropological knowledge, and that is why the 27 villages and the farmers who were dependent upon all these things, they are on the verge of extinction. So Prakash, through this book, also depicted the sorrows, the agonies of the farmers who earlier were toiling hard in these areas. And extraordinary thing about this book, if you take this book, any person of India, though it is written in Konkani, the pictures which are there, that pictures tells you how this river is important for human being. Because this 87 kilometer long, it is not big as Ganga or Brahmaputra, but this 87 kilometer long river which originates in Degaon of Karnataka, if you start the trekking this area, you will discover so many fascinating things. the facets of the environment, facets of the ecology of these areas are depicted through this book. And this book is divided into 22 chapters, and 11 annexures are there, and each annexures gives photographs, information, and anybody who is interested in the folk culture of Goa, how people in Goa actually through the environment, actually environment is responsible for people to write poems. So just as Prakash is writing poem, in the same way the people who were struggling in this area, they compose beautiful folk song, and all this folk song tells us how people love their surrounding soil, just as Sant Kabirdas said, "Mati kahe kumar se, tu kyo ronde mohe, ek din aisa avega, moi ronde mein." That is the eternal truth which you can peep into this book.
Is the passion with which he speaks, and equally with the same passion Prakash writes about his regions. I can proudly say that this book, Mhadei, Kazatlan Kagdar, is one of the best books that Goa has ever produced so far. The book is a jugalbandi, it's a duet between words and pictures. You go through it and you will find pictures talking to you, speaking to you, as Rajendra had just said. I don't think you need to know the language to read the book. And if you have any inclination to learn the language, please buy this book so that pictures will translate what I said in words. So it's easier to learn the language through books like this, where pictures themselves speak a lot.
I have visited most of 32 waterfalls in Mhadei Valley, and I have described each and every waterfall in a different angle, in which the place of the waterfall, the height of the waterfall, the uniqueness of the waterfall, or which tributaries lies the waterfall. That I have actually mentioned, and I found that to get a photograph of this particular waterfall is very difficult, because you have to work for at least 1.5 hour or 2 hours like that. Because I have organized one parikrama in 2003, where we actually tries to go to the source of the Mhadei river, and we were walking for 6 days, 6 nights and 6 days. So for last 12 to 13 years, where I am organizing a trek, and I have actually got a chance to see different places in river valley, and I found that it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. I can say that even single drop of water is very important, because we don't know. We actually, the urban people, we don't know from where the water is coming. We just opening the tap and we use the water, and most of the time we waste the water. So if you know, actually my intention here behind it, we have to now. It's the time has came to protect, or you have to. You can say that you have to. There is a number of sources of water, that is on stream, or maybe tributaries. You have to protect our tributaries, or where there is a lot of pollution we can find in Mhadei river because of minings and because of deforestation. So this book, I don't know how the readers will welcome this book. Even I can say that by reading this book, even one reader, suppose they love their rivers and the water sources, and they protect their water sources, I think what I have written in this book is maybe a great success. That's all.